Welcome back to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home for a Monday shave. Today is going to be another evaluation, but this is going to be a first look. This is the first time I'm using this soap flavor. I've used the base hundreds and hundreds of times. And so today's shave is brought to you by Brands to Market. They are a New York-based distributor and a vendor over at the Shaving Cadre. Speaking of, right down here, www.theshavingcadre.com. Please come and see us. As always, make sure you hit the barber pole with the cowboy hat. That gives us a little bit more exposure, gets us some likes, and then right down here somewhere you'll ring a bell and you'll be notified whenever new content comes out. We're sitting at about 720. We need to get to 1,000 for our next big contest, so please like us as much as you can. And as always, don't forget to check out the guys up there. These are guys that are at the Cadre and perform content on their video channels as well. And also, Nurse Dave's Shaving World, the bluest poker chips in San Francisco. You can bet on it. So, I was sent this, and there's been a few questions on this one as I've done reviews on all the Saponificio Varesino line. This one is Morado. This is the brand new one that came out. Now, I'm just doing the soap today because I don't have the aftershave and the EDT and all the other stuff yet. But just to give you an idea of the notes, and this is a little bit of a deeper scent. I would say you could use it in the summer. However, winter would be good too because the top notes are bergamot and tangerine, so it's got that nice citrusy. And then the middle notes are lavender, mint, and ginger. And for those of you that are familiar with Victory Shaving Company, they did a soap called Flight Engineer, which was bamboo, ginger, mint, and it very much like this. But you mix that with the tangerine and the bergamot, and it's got a brightness to it, but also some deepness, especially with the ginger and the lavender. And then the base notes are dark. Sandalwood, amber, oak moss, vanilla, and tobacco. So that's where I think that it would be used more so as a winter type scent. The brush we're going to be using today is the Saponificio Varesino Faux Tortoise with a High Mountain Manchurian White. And for the razor, we are going to be using the big 7/8 Leonardo da Vinci. This was made by Korat for Saponificio Varesino. And we're going to be using some other off-brand stuff to finish up the shave, but just to give you initial. Now, the reason why it's called Morado is a purple corn extract. And apparently it's got some milk proteins in it, and it's supposed to make the face feel nice. And there's one thing that you cannot argue about with Saponificio Varesino is their soaps are very, 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 very nice. Typical loading, teaspoon of water floated on top of the puck. And then, of course, the soap or the brush soaked as well. Doesn't take much. The 4.3, the Beta 4.3 base is probably the best base they've come out with. So that's what, 10, 15 seconds? And that's all that it takes to load. So per norms with Saponificio Varesino, the scents are light. They're not overpowering. This one may be a little bit stronger than some, but the opening is still typical Italian shaving soap, which I know some folks can find a little boring because it seems like they're all that way. But once you get into the soap itself, it opens up. You know, it's like similar to a whiskey or a scotch. You add an ice cube or you add a couple of drips of water, and the notes of the whiskey come out. And then you know, you can also say the same thing with a cigar as it warms up, you know, across the tobacco and the filler and the binder. It opens up as far as its each component flavors, as they say. But this is very nice on the face, typical of the 4.3, and very rich and creamy. The razor, the Korat razor, the SV, has been stropped. 30 on linen and 60 on my Tony Miller strop. And this is a very slick soap as well. Even maybe a little bit slicker on the fingers than some of their other fragrances. I have not used this razor in a bit. It is a full-bellied hollow. This is the second full-belly hollow I have from Korat, and the third razor that I have from Korat. What I find with the full-belly hollow razors is you need to be much, much shallower on your angle of attack. And when I mean by shallower, you're actually real close, probably less, you know, the sweet spot is 30 degrees. You're much, much less than that up against your face. You're almost flat up against the face, because if not, that bevel is so fine that if you increase your angle of attack, the tip of the blade will dig in and it will slice you horribly. Don't ask me how I know that. As with any full belly hollow, a slower shave is a smarter shave. The scent sticks around very lightly, which is typical, again, of Saponificio Varesino. But the performance is typical of the 4.3. The nice thing is when you relather for the second and third passes, you do get a resurgence. But this time, now that it's had a chance to evolve a little bit on your face, you get a little bit more of the mint, lavender, and ginger. And if you're a lavender fan, you'll really like this. This reminds me a little bit of Bailea as well, Penhaligon's Bailea, which is kind of a modern barbershop scent. So that's something to think about as well. Similar to the Tedalus, this has got a pretty good size monkey tail on it. And so sometimes coming across this way around the neck's a little tough. Those of you that took part in the sample program, those packages for round 2 should be going out today. As I said, this is my first use of the Morado, and I probably, based on what I'm feeling on the razor, I think I underwatered it just a bit, so don't be afraid to add water. You did not see that, but I touched the bottom of my earlobe with the tip of the blade. That could have been ugly. I'll probably hydrate the last pass a little bit more. But beautiful slickness, just fantastic. And like I said, there's a ton of lather. Should also be noted that for those of you on the TSC that are part of the sample program, please note the disclaimer that Saponificio Varesino is not endorsing the sample program. This is all my stuff out of my stock. So just FYI, in case somebody should ask. All the product is purchased, none of it's received. It's better adding a little bit of water help. The one thing about the Galileo razor is the full belly hollow does allow for fairly easy scything as long as your angle of attack is good. And also having the situational awareness of where the tip is, in my opinion, is extremely important. And you'll have some people argue that they say that you only use the first third of the blade. Negative, Ghost Rider. If you're a true straight razor shaver and you've set a good edge all the way across, you should be able to use it anywhere on the blade. Also, if you'd like to learn how to straight shave, also look up here. You'll see an information thing pop up that says SRS 100. That's part of a 6-series tutorial on learning how to straight razor shave, taking the time. And I can't remember, I made this quite some time ago, but if you do it right, it's almost a 26-week process. So check it out. So far, initial impressions are that Morado is a winner. In the SV line. Now I know a lot of people we'll see a lot of similarities across all the scents. Okay, I'll give you that. But there are subtle differences in the Saponificio Varesino line that I think make it worth trying the different scents. As everybody knows who knows me, the 70th is my favorite. Always will be. Residual slickness after the rinse is tremendous. We're going to forego the alum today just to see how... We're trying something that I have not tried before. And that is the Provictus. This is a repair lotion, kind of like a balm from Saponificio Varesino. So we're going to use the witch hazel first, and we're using Quinn's cucumber and mint today because of the mint in the soap. But the shave very smooth. Definitely you can I don't know much about Morado, the purple corn extract, but what I can say is your face feels very supple. I think it does have a little bit increased hydration on your skin. So again, the brush we used today was the Saponificio Varesino Tortoise with the pewter cap and a High Mountain Manchurian White. The razor, of course, is the Korat SV 7/8 full belly hollow Leonardo da Vinci. And then we're going to try, and this is a sample pack of the Provictus. It's a, I know you don't have to use a lot. It's very rich, very creamy. But it's a skin repair lotion. So you make sure you definitely want to rub it in. We'll let that dry down just a little bit. And of course, the soap we used today was Saponificio Varesino's Morado. And this was provided to me by Antonio and Brands to Market. And we're going to finish up with Nivea 2-in-1. Kapow! That was trademarked by Nurse Dave, Shaving World. And although the Morado does have a aftershave and an EDT, I do not have it. So what I'm doing is, because of the base sandalwood note, I'm doing something that I don't normally do, because those of you that know Crabtree and Evelyn, their original Missouri sandalwood extract, their soap was amazing. And then there was this. This is unobtainium. You can find it, but it's about, and this was $33 when it was brand new in the 80s and even into the early 90s. As you can see, that's all I have left. So I was talking to Matt, Lukey3262 on the forum, and we were laughing that I would only use this for a special occasion. In fact, it's gotten so low that you have to tilt it. But this is by far the best sandalwood scent ever created. Now, unfortunately, I don't think I'll spend the $400 to $500 that they want for these on the secondary market. But if you see one and it's cheap, grab it. This is by far the best sandalwood, bar none, forever. So that's it, folks. I certainly appreciate it. And we thank you for joining us here at Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. And for those of you who've been following my mystery beta testing, we'll have more news later. And that's it. So once again, come check us out, www.theshavingcadre.com. I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. Hope everybody has a wonderful Monday. And if it's the beginning of your work week, I'm sorry. But enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll probably see you again tomorrow. Take care.